praises to the Most High and Christ. Just want to stop by a few minutes and tell you, let's see. Okay, let's move that over here. Just want to stop by just for a few minutes to say some things. We're looking at Trump. What is this? Trump's live. He's live. Donald Trump big claim puts world on alert. His big claim puts the world on alert. You go by and look at that, because I just want to. My main thought was there is a lot of people out here. There's a lot of people out here making videos and claiming that Trump deceived and forsaken his base. Well, I just want to let you know that Trump didn't forsake his base. Trump did not forsake his base. Trump did not mislead, and he did not forsake his base. The problem is, people don't really realize who Trump's true base supporters are and what they expect, their expectation for Trump really is, right? So we thought, and some of the poor so-called U.S. citizens thought that Trump was going to let them be a part of enjoying the voluptuous things of this earth, of their kingdom, of their rule. They thought they was going to participate in enjoying the spoils of the Israelites. Did you hear what I said? They thought, even, I'm talking about all of his supporters, they thought not all of them, because you got the rich folks. Let's listen to a little bit of this. But I want to say, they mistakenly, a lot of Trump poor people mistakenly thought that they were going to get an opportunity to participate in enjoying the American dream. Let's just stop right there. I'm going to let you hear a little bit of this.
Yeah, it's probably the largest deposit maybe anywhere in the world, just by itself. It's, they say, of similar size to Saudi Arabia, so we hope that's correct. But all of this is only happening because of the world-changing results of the 2024 election. We won the House, we won the Senate, the White House, and the Electoral College, and the popular vote in a landslide. We also won all 7 swing states, and all 50 states shifted in the Republican direction for the first time ever. So every single state of the 50 states shifted Republican. It's never happened before. Either way, it's never happened.
So they were supporting him to take over the government, right? It happened. He said, help me take over the government. But what did he really promise you poor people? You poor white people, you poor Mexicans, you poor East Indians, you poor Africans that's here in this country, you poor Native Americans who are a part of the mob that are gathered here in this country to make sure that their making of the law, the making of their law would be their strength. And so you support that because they only kept a small number of people. See, I know a lot of people think, well, Gad was overtaken. No, the Northern Kingdom was overtaken in this land. And they moved the Northern Kingdom out of this land. Let me stay focused. They moved the majority of the Northern Kingdom from this land to put them in those shithole countries, on those islands, and put their delegates, the same thing Alexander the Great did, the same thing they've been doing in government, They have a small number of people policing a great number of people. Same thing they did on the plantation. The devil don't have no new tricks. So they moved. This is the best land. You look at all of those Caribbean geographic locations in the Caribbean, all the islands and joining islands, Haiti and South America. This is the best land. This is the most fruitful land. This is the most fruitful land. And so it was the Most High that led all of the northern kingdom to this land. I know y'all don't want to hear this. Some of you big group Israelites and some of you people that's been following behind that false doctrine that they teach about how the northern kingdom was moved around and how this nation was taken and all the black people on this land, on North America, Judah. Let me tell you something. The northern kingdom is dark and light. You hear me? The northern kingdom is still black. The Israelites are black. And that passage y'all use in Acts, it says there was a couple of Jews that was called black. Well, so what you're saying is there was only 2 Jews in Israel at the time that was called black. Y'all got all of that wrong, man. Y'all got all of that wrong. Y'all got all of that wrong. We got to make sure those, we do that because we got to make sure those Negro-onlys don't get in. Don't get their point across. Well, you don't have to change the Bible, rewrite the Bible, Israelites, Sakari, all you camps. You don't have to rewrite the Bible because biology takes care of that. Everybody knows how biology works. You say it all the time, so you don't have to rewrite the Bible to prove that we got some light skin, sometimes less melanin in them than almost white folks. We got some pale face northern kingdom and southern kingdom amongst the Israelites. Now I said it. Now it's up to you, brothers and sisters, to start telling the truth. I said it. We have some white northern kingdom and southern kingdoms among the Israelites. People with no melanin. Because the bloodline is in them from the Father. Now, I said my part, and I'm still teaching that you are giving away your rights to this land, which you say, well, why does that matter? God, we can't overpower them. We can't take them back. We don't have to. We don't have to fight them to take over the land. It's going to be a race war on this land anyway. This race wars are happening right now. The Bible is setting these people up. As they come down and level with us, they come down because they took up very high, right? Took up very high. And as God raised us up, thank you, Big Judah. I like your scenario on that. As they come down, they're going to look over at us and say, we equal with them now. And we're going to look at them and say, look, they down low. They ain't as high, But the government going to still be powerful, right? But what that's going to cause by those people who thought, this is God's doing, thought that Donald Trump was fighting for them poor people to be raised up over the black people, the Israelites, so far that they would just overpower us, is not God's plan. That's not God's plan. That's not God's plan. That's not Yahweh's plan, that y'all will overpower us and keep ruling and keep having jurisdiction over us. And I'm talking, I'm always talking jurisdiction, because we got to gather up. We got to gather up in these last days, and it's going to be hard for us to gather up. We got to gather up on our own cognitive ability, using our own cognitive ability, being led by the Holy Spirit and the laws of God, we got to gather up. We got to stand against the evildoers. We got to resist the devil. We got to resist sin. We got to understand what's happened to us when we are tempted and we fall into temptation, so we can reverse the process. Okay, we got to figure out what do we do to get the fear off of us when they try to force us under their jurisdiction. The first thing you got to remember, they're coming down, right? Not only that, they're coming down in their birth rate. They're dying. The Most High is deleting them off the earth, and at the same time, they're not replacing their numbers. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. That's what bringing white people that will come in, the base men and women, the people that don't have nothing to lose where they are, not the rich folks, not the rich white folks or the rich whoever. The rich folks from other countries ain't coming in here. They sending their people undesirable in here, from Africa, from everywhere, India, China. The people, the undesirables, are the people that's coming in here. The people that don't have nothing else to lose but their life. So they'll come in here and let the united colonizers fund them a better living, just to hold the numbers down, to be a part of this mob, to stop us from taking the rich governors down, right? You know, they stop us from snatching their foot off our neck. They want us to just lay there and let them walk on us. The Bible says you don't lay down and be no footmat for no nation. That's not God's, our Israelite camps telling us to do that. But God in his word told us not to lay down and let no nation walk over us. He told us to resist the devil. He told us to buy swords. Jesus told us to buy swords to defend ourselves. Defend yourself. He said, who will stand up against the evildoers? Hosea saw us standing up, separate from them, gathered together, waiting on the Most High in Christ to come back and deliver us out of this land. So we're going to come out from among them, but we ain't going to be delivered out of this land. We got to, this land has got to be destroyed. The blood has got to be shedded up from the people who shedded our blood. Their blood got to be shedded by the Most High in order to cleanse the land. And he's going to cleanse it with fire too. He's going to cleanse the earth everywhere with their blood and fire. They created the nukes, right? Now, they created the nukes to destroy themselves and everything that they built. God is bringing them down. Yahweh is bringing them down. And what we're seeing is the brightness of Christ is coming when we see them say, we are Israelites too, or we niggers too. We can't depend on this government no more. That's the brightness that's Yahweh's brightness shining light in darkness. Because we don't have to keep talking about it. We know the wheat and the tare is here together. Now, the tare, you're going to know who you are, because your heart ain't going to change towards black people. But the white wheat, the white Israelites, your heart's going to change if it's meant for you to escape damnation. Your heart's going to change. If not, you're going to be damned too, gathered up with the tare in the fire. You black Israelites whose heart's not going to change, you're going to be gathered up for the fire. You don't like the law. You don't like righteousness. You rather live with your religious organization ruling over you and your government. You rather live under their rules. You're going to be gathered up for the fire. And this is the last, we at the end. This is all we can say to y'all. We trying to wake y'all up out this burning building, and y'all getting mad at us because the curses is coming on y'all stronger, and y'all blaming us. You take our advice for a little while, and then you creep back into sin, and God let you fall, or let something happen to you. Something happen to your family members. Then you look at the Israelites, it's y'all's damn fault. Why did y'all have to start this? Yeah. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking it's our fault. because we was obedient to God and we tried to warn you, wake you up out the damn burning building. Listen to that damn wicked ass preacher. He ain't gonna wake up. That preacher, your beautiful preachers, they not gonna wake up. They gonna burn. They part of the 2/3. So if you waiting on them to change their message, you a damn fool. They not gonna wake up. Not your Baptist preachers, not your evangelic preachers, not your apostolic preachers. If they're hirelings, they're gonna keep deceiving you, man. Because they don't believe in God. They don't believe God is gonna come back and chastise them. They don't believe they're going to have to pay for their sins. Back to the point, Trump was not voted in to his motives were not to put all white people and all people who claim to be white, because you know white means you're helping to subvert or usurp our sovereign power as Israelites on the earth, and wherever we are living, no heathen is supposed to rule over us. Did y'all understand that? It's in the law. No heathen is supposed to rule over us with an iron rod and make laws that supersede the Constitution, the common law, the Mosaic law, the rights of humanity, the courts of humanity. They occupy land and they're not supposed to make themselves sovereign over us. Did you know that? But when we decide to follow them, we're cursing ourselves and our families and everything else. When you keep following their laws, IUIC, General Yohana, you bunch of scary niggas, I hope y'all waking up, man. I hope y'all waking up. I hope y'all waking up. These young guys, man, you know, they following y'all lead, man. And y'all know better. Y'all know that ain't the order of things. That you're supposed to put your neck down in the noose. Put your own neck in the noose. Bow down and let them chop your head off. And you're making these videos, because let me finish it up. Trump was not brought in to give you white people, that's the name for people who are stealing the identity of the Israelites. I'm calling you white because I showed you in some of my other videos what white mean. It's a naturalized citizen, and you have to agree with this United States to call yourself white, meaning you pledge allegiance to their government, their laws, and forsake your own, and forsake the idea that you're going to help any black person get their identity back. That's what white means. So white people, Trump did not come to help you. But there are some people on this earth, Edomites, who understand why Trump is here. Trump is here to make sure that the Israelites do not rise up. To keep governing and holding jurisdiction over God's chosen people. He's here to keep the political movement, the political function of religion, to keep it going. The peace and friendship, to keep it going. Trump declared himself the Pope and the King of Israelians. What he was saying is, he is a high contracting party to keep us from our identity, right? To keep Israelites from their identity. He contracted with this coup d'etat, this fake government, to steal our identity and replace our God with their image of the beast. Replace our people with themselves. To rule the earth, God's congregation of the Lord, to rule them in the north, right? In the land of the north, rule over the congregation of the Lord. He's the light bearer for the Edomites and the rest of you people who call yourself white. Now, what's happening with YouTube, with TikTok, where you see all the Spanish people who call themselves Mexican, who been calling them white, who took a contract out to be white and to forsake their heritage and to make sure that their children are white, because they only marry white and Edomites, or people with no melanin in their skin. They're whitening up their children to have a better life. Ain't this something? They're gonna keep going, man. They're gonna keep going. Robot cars. They want a better life. So that's not happening, and they see that now. So they are gaslighting the black people, the real Israelites, to make you think that they want to be a part of you now. That they want to go back and be a part and remember themselves and take a part of that Israelite nation again. That's what they want you to think. Gaslight you, throw you off guard, kiss your boots, So they're using the points of these idiot Israelite camp leaders and saying we are black people too. Our ancestors were black. We were enslaved. We suffered with all of y'all, with all of you guys. Well, Big Levi made a beautiful video, and his commentary was that, they didn't really suffer with us. But they're using General Yohana's points, Nate, and all these other camps saying this is the Northern Kingdom. They're the Northern Kingdom. They are not the Northern Kingdom. They are the terror that Jesus warned, T-A-R-E. They are the terror that warned us, that Jesus warned us about in Matthew 13 and 25. That while men slept, the enemy came and sowed terror among the wheat and went his way. That's how they got in the ghetto with us. And then they said, well, one drop of black blood, then you black. White people said, well, we're going to have to get this black blood out of our children. That's what Esau's bastard children said. We're going to have to get this black blood out of our children. And one way to identify black blood is that tan in your skin, that melanin in your skin. So they said, well, if we get that out, then they have no way of telling that our ancestors were black. And then we can go back and suggest that we are white again. You can't look at us and tell we look just like the Spaniards. We look just like the people out of Spain. We're not Mexican. We're not Negroid. We're not Issachar anymore. We're not Zebulon anymore. We're not Puerto Ricans. We're not Ephraim anymore. They did that. Can't you see? They did that. And common sense would tell you, if it's over 200 million black people in Southern America, down in the Caribbean, where in the hell did those people come from? You're going to say it's over 200 million Jews? Well, where's the Northern Kingdom? Ain't no way the Northern Kingdom, a cake unturned means some of them, their melanin gone. Their melanin is gone, the whole Northern Kingdom. There's no way. That's what that means. That's not what that means. That's not what that means, that all your melanin be taken away. That's a curse. That's a curse. They were over here almost 2,000 years after leaving, coming over here after the Syrian captivity, no interference with the white race. They would have had to all turn white before the Syrian captivity for that to happen. It had to be nothing but Edomites posing as the northern kingdom to come over here, and because after 2 or 3 generations, we get our bloodline, full bloodline back. And how many generations was it? It was over 42 generations. Because from David, from Isaac to Jesus was 42 generations. And that was only 800 years. Now, it was over, I would say it was over 24 generations, 40 generations that the Israelites, the northern kingdom, were over here by themselves. Plenty of time to turn back black. Different shades. And none of the shades were without melanin. Explain it to me. But see, here's the thing, how you know the Israelites know that they're lying. These camp leaders, they know they're lying because they'll debate everybody, a drunk or Edomite, but they will not debate me on that truth. They won't debate me. If they call in that false doctrine, they say, well, we'll just leave it alone, because they won't debate any Negro onlys either. Nate, you're scared. General Yohana, you're scared. Tazariak, you're scared. All of you guys are scared to debate us on that issue. Y'all won't even debate Dane Calloway, and he don't even believe in the Bible, and you could easily destroy him. Y'all won't even debate him because he has proof that the natives that were here, he has proof. He has white men saying that when they got here, they did not see a damn unmelanated people here. They didn't see them people here. They didn't see Mexicans. They didn't see that fake Native American tribal people. They didn't see them. I got 13 explorers that came over here that wrote in their books that they met black natives, melanated people. I got another book where it tells you 500 tribes were in this land. Over maybe 300 or 400 million people, black people, was in this land. How did all them people get out of this land? You think they killed that many people? And brought people from Africa? No, they didn't. They moved those people, Northern Kingdom, they moved them down on those islands, and they let their bastard children run the government over all those lands to help build those empires. Even the damn Dutch people are down there right now. The Dutch are down there right now running a group of island and chummed up buddy. Their children love black people, and our black children love them Dutch people down there. And they ain't mixed up either too well. You got a whole brown population, you got a whole white Dutch people that love each other. They pretending they love each other. They get along perfect. The houses are Dutch, like World War II Germany. You got over 200 million people down in the Caribbean, and outside of Haiti and outside of Jamaica, all the other places, in Cuba, everywhere, Venezuela, everywhere, saying that the blacks and the brown people that live with them, saying that we came over here just like the Africans went to North America. They think that they brought all of the northern of the people here in North America. They think they brought us from Africa, because that's what they've been hearing. They said our ancestors told us that we came here on slave ships too, that they came on slave ships. It's been passed down that they went to Southern America on slave ships. Over 200 million people. They telling the same story in all the different lands. Their ancestors told them they were brought there on slave ships. I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you the real reason why it won't stop. The real reason why the Mexicans and all these people are trying to claim that they went through hell with us. They're claiming it now. They're claiming that they are the people, the ancestors. They are the same Northern Kingdom people, the people that are indigenous to this land. They're claiming that's them on TikTok. I'm gonna tell you that before I forget. What they are doing is buck dancing for the Edomites. They still haven't got over. They still haven't given up being white. They know they white. So what they're saying, they're buck dancing for the Edomites. They said, let us deceive them. Let us make them think we are with them. And when they take us in, we'll be the ones that cut their throat. Edomites are going to go along with that. That's why they put them back. They say, you got to do something about them people on them lands down there. You got over 200 million Negroes living in South America. All of the South, joining islands. You can't overlook them people. That's God's army too. When they wake up, what's going to stop them from coming here? They're going to have enough trouble. The Edomites are going to have enough trouble holding us back when they try to starve us to death and put all those, cut our water and food, put the little police in our land. They're going to have enough trouble doing that with us. And for 200 million more people to flood this land, they in trouble, man. They in fear. They in fear. And so what they have done is send the Mexicans, the people who call themselves white, back in our land, back to us, and it begins with the propaganda. To fool us, for us to take them in and set them beside us so they can have we can be an easy target. And for us to trust them so they can get to us easy. They buck dancing and they buck dancing because they already know, Edomites, the government here already know that those people, they are not Israelites, and they know that those people have sworn oath to the United States that they are white and they are not Israelites, and showed the proof by the bloodline of their fathers. So for them to just jump up and say, no, we white, and I mean, we black now, we black, we know our fathers was black too. That's a trick, man. That's a trick. That's Edomite government, Trump and all white supremacy sending them back in because they gonna be the spies, unexpected. What is a good spy? Somebody you'd never expect. They're going to be the easiest way for them people to get close to us again, because they have found out as an Israelite, we can have no dealings with them. We have taken that position again. And they can infiltrate us. We'll see them coming. Whenever they come, we're going to see and know who they are now. Like they always knew who we were. And they always, you know, if you black, get back. If you white, get out of my sight. That's where we are now. If you white, you can't be with us. We know who you are. You're the enemy. And so they can't approach us easily like they, like they once did. They come and sit next to us. I heard the purple people saying that they was on a cruise, as they took cruise ships to the different spots in Africa and the Caribbean and the Mediterranean. And they said they went in a corner on that big old ship by themselves, maybe about 40 or 50 of them, and they sat in the corner, and three-fourths of the ship's deck was empty. And they said those Edomites and the other nations came and sat as close as they could to them, and then went and complained that they were reading the Bible too loud and they was disturbing the peace. Holy moly. Ha ha. Hey, they in fear, man. They in fear, and rightly so. Rightly so. You in fear, and rightly so. But these nations, these Edomites, the white people that's claiming to be our friends, we can't support them. We can't let them near us. We need to stop talking to them. Let's let them say what they want to say, and let them fizz out. Let them fizz out like a sparkler. We're not even impressed by that, because we know you the terror. God told us not to pluck you up. He was going to do it, and we watching Him pluck you up. And that's all we need to do is watch. It's going to come time to shout and rejoice. It's going to be our time to shout and rejoice, and we will. We'll get the last laugh. But let God do His work now. Stop bringing your enemy in and setting them beside you. And you're going to have to learn the hard way. Y'all going to have to learn the hard way that these people that's y'all claiming to be Israelites, they have a cold heart and they made just like these Edomites. Because they are Edomites. You can't trust them. You're going to see that rust again. Listen to Trump.
And 85% of counties voted for Trump. Think of that. So you have 2,600 counties versus 525. 2,600. Think of that. That's why when you look at the election map after it was all done, the certified map, the whole thing was red. 2,600 versus 500. It's a big difference. Nobody's seen anything like it, actually. So as a result of this very historic victory, investors from all over the planet once again have confidence in America's future and respect for America.
It ain't no America's future. You see him pump them numbers up. He always want to say, hey, our numbers are greater than, But let me tell you this other thing here. We in the last day, you do agree? Y'all agree, right? Are we supposed to be gathering up right now? Are we supposed to be gathering up? How long do you think it's going to be before we are in that position, that vision that Hosea saw, said we came out, we gathered up, appointed ourselves one leader, we gathered up and came out from among them? How long do you think it would be the majority of black people think where we are, what's that word? Cohesive. We are glued together in our thinking like one people. How long you think that'll be? Not long, right? So that's the coming out from among them. We all got to think. That's the enemy. We know who they are. We know who the rest of the nations are. They're our enemies. We are the chosen. We're supposed to be keeping the law. Now, it's only 1/3 of us that's supposed to do that. That's going to, But I'm going to tell you something else. The 2/3, they realize that they are enemies to these people too, that they're under attack too. So even though they gather up with us, they might not be in the right spirit when we get to the wilderness. When Jesus take us to the wilderness, Yahushua, they might have to be weeded out. The goats might have to be weeded out from the sheep. But At this point, when Hosea saw us, we were like the sands of the sea. Now I'm making this suggestion to you. That's how they see us. They see our true numbers. They see our true numbers. The devil see our true numbers just by our spirit. Okay? Just by the spirit. Our spirit. He's listening to phone calls. He's noticing how we're treating each other. He's noticing that we don't want to have anything to do with him and his system no more. He see our true numbers, even though we can't see it. They're hiding it. That's why he's pumping up his numbers.
America's leaders, and it's about time we get a little respect. The last administration was the worst and most incompetent in the history of our country, but we are moving quickly to fix every single disaster Joe Biden created and make America stronger and more prosperous than ever before.
That's a damn lie. It's not going to happen. All praises to the Most High. They are coming down. They're not going to have enough people to have in America. Vespucci. They're not going to have enough people. God is destroying them and bringing them down. But he's going to leave Pharaoh up there. He's going to leave you up there, Pharaoh, with your army. Because y'all going to get burned up. And not only that, your allies who exalted themselves against us, we all in Africa still. And he's uniting Africa to protect us. And these other nations that's going to be your demise, the Russians, the Chinese, Moab, he got Moab working for us now. He got China, he got white Moab and he got black Moab gonna be working with us to protect us in Africa. And he's gonna be doing miraculous things with the angels and the angelic force to cut off your supernatural weapons, your mechanical weapons. They're gonna disconnect all your mechanical weapons. And you're going to have to stand alone like men and women and face us. We get to face our accusers. You're going to have to stand alone and face us. You're going to have to face the people who are bringing claim to you to say to the Most High, you know what they done to us. We making claims. We bringing your claims to you. We bringing your faults to you. We judging the world. We judging the earth by the Bible. By the laws of the Most High, the divine law that was here before Mosaic. God had the divine law already in place. He made those before he even gave Moses the law. The divine law is the laws for the earth. And when he gave them to Moses, Moses gave them to the world. And you guys have ignored them. You said to hell with God. And now you're going to have to pay the price. All praises to the Most High.